Whatever you do, don't forget that.
That's where the big windows are going to be.
So hopefully none of that bad stuff will happen.
Welcome to Life on the Moose. Welcome back if you've been here before. We are back on the Moose. I'm just out for my morning walk. So ranch headquarters, as it were, is back that way. And I am just on my way up now to the ridge cabin. Today we're gonna keep working on the loft in the barn. Eventually I wanna get insulation put up there, but before I put insulation in, I really wanna get that outside shell wrapped up with plywood. But someone has spring fever really bad and doesn't feel like working. Oh well, look at this. High today of about 45 degrees. Big difference in the 3.5 weeks since I was here. We had over 2 feet of snow on the ground. Now practically nothing. High today of 45, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm out of breath. I'm gonna finish my walk. I'll meet you back in the barn. Okay, in the barn. So we have plywood to put up on the outside of this loft space up there. 18 inches maybe by 12 feet. Not a big deal. And then on the other side, we have something similar up top. We actually have 2 spaces. But the biggest challenge is gonna be that right there. I don't know exactly how I wanna do it yet, but I'll figure it out. I have to. So I say let's start on the easy side and work our way up. We're gonna need some room in here, so I'm gonna get this tractor out of here, set up the sawhorses, and get to work.
Okay, 87 3/4 by 17. Whatever you do, don't forget that.
You probably saw that I put a bead of caulk along the very top of that plywood I just put up, because there is no nailer, no continuous nailer going up there. It's just the studs. I just didn't want bugs getting through, anything to that nature. It should be good to go. Okay, that side's buttoned up. Now let's get this side. So you can see our wall up on top, right there. So that's really all the farther I have to go on this side. I can't think of a reason right now to do this over here because it's not enclosed from the top. I'm not sure what the benefit would be unless we did something in the future. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. And if I did my building correct, that should be 17 inches high along here as well. Let's go find out. Okay, 17 it is. 17 by 49. Well, did you figure out what I cut these for? Did you figure out how I'm going to do that by myself yet? Well, those two are related. Here, I'll show you. Okay, this wall framing has just a little bit of a lip, about 3/4 of an inch, sticking beyond this beam here. So I'm going to take those boards that I ripped and I'm going to put them right underneath this wall. So because those are about 1 3/4 thick, that's going to stick out about 1 inch past this wall. So that'll give me something to set my plywood on, so I don't have to hold it with 2 hands and struggle and fall off a ladder and hurt myself and quit my YouTube channel and move away. So hopefully none of that bad stuff will happen. So let's start with these, nail them up there, get them secure. Then we'll come up with a game plan for the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to use this full width and I'm gonna cut it 60.5 inches long. And I think I'll be able to get that up there by myself, set it on that ledge, nail it up, and then hope for the best.
Martha came from off the farm, ran right up, jumped in my arms. I said, "You're coming home with me today." Martha, you're the sweetest girl, an angel sent down to this world. I love you more than words could ever say. Every day is a new beginning, life is just a game you're winning. Every time you look, an open door. So run right out, chase the sunlight, nothing left to do but do right. Martha, you're the one my heart beats for.
Okay, that worked pretty well. Tomorrow I'll get the extension ladder out because I'm gonna need it up there. And then I'll be able to get those top pieces. I should be able just to kind of set them on top of the ones that I have right here. And I think that'll work out okay. And I say tomorrow because I didn't get started till about noon today. And it's pushing 5 o'clock and I have a few things to take care of in the cabin before this night is over. So I'll see you back here in the morning. Don't go anywhere. Good morning. Thanks for hanging around. I appreciate that. I wanted to address some comments I received over the last several videos about the house we're going to build. I had a few people comment, "What do you mean house? Don't you live in this cabin?" Well, we don't really live in this cabin. This is built as a garage. As you can see by the framing right here, we framed in that garage door on this side several years ago now. And we do have a partial loft upstairs. So this is where we camp out. This is the cabin as we call it. So we're going to put the permanent house roughly where I am standing. I don't know if this gives you an idea. The view is back that way. That's where the big windows are going to be. The reason I'm bringing this up today is I received good news last night. Our engineer emailed me and said the plans are finished. So we're going to go pick that up as soon as I get back to the coast and start applying for the building permit. I'm not sure how long that process takes. I'm guessing 6 weeks, a couple of months maybe. And as soon as we pick up those plans, I'll share that process with you. I'll share the design, let you know what we're going to do, and I'll just get the ball rolling on the house building videos. By the way, good reminder to subscribe for those upcoming videos because that's going to be a lot of videos. It's going to take me probably a couple of years. I'm still not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do as much as I possibly can by myself with the help of some friends. I might have to sub some of it out, but we'll get to all that in short order. I staked out the corner of this house, roughly, give or take 5 yards. I'm not exactly sure. It kind of depends on where the rocks are, where the mountain is, like as in the solid granite. So we'll address all of that. I'm excited about it. Karen's excited about it. We want to get our butts over here like yesterday. We're going to work as fast as we can. So stay tuned with that. In the meantime, let's keep working on this barn loft. Let's do that other section, the big piece over there, and then I'll do this little one right down there. I just measured it. It's 60.5 inches high and 44 inches wide. So maybe you saw how I cut that. I put my 4-inch mark right there on the edge of the board because I knew I needed 44 inches of material left behind. So obviously that's 48 inches wide, stacked material. So put my 4-inch mark on the edge and I held my finger there and just ran it along the edge. It's a nice straight line.
Time for the big guns.
Okay, now I'm going to attempt to get that top area finished up. Okay, I'm not going to attempt it, I'm just going to do it. Okay, before I bring that piece up there, I still have to nail the top of this board, that piece of plywood, and then I have to put a bead of caulk along that edge right there, because as it is now, that would allow a little bit of a gap right there, and I don't want mice and or bugs to get behind there. I did put some filler pieces up there, some spacers if you will, between those gussets. That way I don't have any dips in the plywood when it's nailed tight. So that should be good to go. All right, you ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready for this. If I only had 3 hands, I'd be good to go. When I'm up there, I can't really hang on to the ladder, so I'm gonna have to do a balancing act, I think. We'll see. Okay, I got 2 out of 3 in the books. That was tricky. I'm not gonna lie. It's not comfortable when you're up there not holding on. Even though logically I know, how would I fall? There's also things that can happen. That's why the word accident exists. It's a little bit stressful, but I'll get over it. I have 1 more to go. What I'm gonna do is take a board and put it right on the top of the window right there and let it stick out so that I have something to put my plywood on, just like I did the other sides down here. Without that, I really don't think I could do it. So as long as I can rest it on something, then I'm good to go. Well, that's it. It's just that easy. I tell you, I'm glad that's over with. Thank you for watching this episode of Life on the Moose. I appreciate it as always. Next episode, I think we're going to be installing that window and the door, probably the trim around the window and door, get all that exterior stuff done with, and get it buttoned up so we can do insulation. Because I know you're really excited to see more insulation. Eventually, we're going to be doing other things around the ranch, like pruning trees, cutting logs, making more burn piles, all sorts of fun stuff like that. We have these trees, well, like that one right there. It's like 8 feet tall, but the bottom 2 or 3 feet really need to come off as far as the branches go, because we want to do everything we can to mitigate any danger with fire. Around here, fire is obviously a grass fire, so if you can keep the branches away from those flames, a lot of times these trees will do just fine in a fire. Knock on wood, hopefully we won't have to put up with that again. But we're trying to be good stewards of the land, take care of our trees, and do what needs to be done. So until then, you take care of yourself, work hard, play hard, and I'll see you soon.